Chest stuck out. Chin held up. Nigga, dry out of this shit here. You said what? Dry out of this shit here, nigga. Then I can run fast and chase that nigga down. I'm telling you, when they put us back in slavery, nigga, I'm gonna help the slave catchers catch niggas. Get back here, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? We've been partying since the 60s. Get on back in here. We don't, nigga, 40 more years of slavery. I ain't gonna hurt this new group. Not this new group. They don't know how to work.
Always pushing health, wealth, better understanding of self, and giving praise to the Most High. So shout out to everybody who in the Discord. Shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, on this channel, I go over gangs and the Divine Nine and how that's holding back the black community. And we need to cancel both of them. Okay, so in this video, I'm going over how Wack100, Big U, and Charleston. You already seen the little skit on Charleston, right? We already know he the CIA. I did a video on him. But Big U and Wack100, police seems like they put a hold on the guys that's at the top. Check it out. I'm going to go over these quick videos. I'm going to say quick videos, but one by On Point, one by 600, showing y'all proof that these guys are the police. This is what they do, okay? But first, let's get into Big U. Check this out. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button.
The criminal complaint for Big U Enterprise, the RICO, right? It said it got him on wiretaps. Let me rewind time. 15 years ago, he's had a contract with the LAPD when they give you LAPD issued phone. Now, I was with him around that time, and he knew them phones was tapped, right? Up until, I believe, 8 years ago,
the police,
they got rid of the Blackberries 7 years ago and got rid of Blackberries and used their actual phone and logged in their phone number to the LAPD database to where everyone works for the GRID program. They send out mass texts to what's going on this street, this block, what we know so far, what happened, all the details, blah, 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 blah. So Big U knew his phone was tapped. You know what I'm saying? So when you pull up the paperwork and the criminal complaint, which soon to be the indictment, they got him mafia-like crimes on wiretaps on his phone. So it makes you think, like, is he that silly, or is he too comfortable with the LAPD thinking nothing will happen because he's in bed with the LAPD?
Boom. That's what I think it is. He said he think he could just be one to set you up. No, I think that Big U was in bed with the LAPD, the police, and he just felt like he could do what he wanted to do. Like, I'm with y'all, so y'all ain't gonna lock me up. I'm giving you people, you know. So it's sad that these brothers that join these gangs don't understand how they playing at the top. They playing dirty at the top. And y'all up under him is going to get in a lot of trouble. They can use you so many kind of ways. Now, Wack100, okay? I want to show y'all, they did a video, shout out to On Point TV. They did a video and said that Wack100, Point and Shoot TV, my bad. They said that Wack100 is actually helping the feds. They say he's actually helping the feds arrest people. Check this out. I got to speed it up because, you know, it's an 18-minute video, but check this out.
100 and how he lined up Loose Cannon to get arrested by the federales. So I want to explain. So one of the things that Loose Cannon is locked up for right now is for the Great No Jumper Brawl of 2024. This is when Loose Cannon was seen on video buffaloing some guy in the head with slam, and he forced him to take an unexpected nap, and then he ran his pockets and disrobed him and left him naked for dead. What? This is the Great No Jumper beatdown. But this is in the indictment. This is what Loose Cannon is in trouble for right now. And what they're saying is on the internet, people are saying that Wack 3 Fingers lined this whole thing up and used Loose Cannon to beat up someone he didn't like. And now Loose Cannon is in jail for it. And Wack 3 Fingers is parading around dry snitching on him, saying that it was all Loose Cannon. And this is basically telling. This is telling, guys.
Wack didn't run out on no bullshit. Right, but the people that you invited are the ones who got involved in this bullshit. And from my perspective, this was all like a big PR thing, because why was somebody filming before it even started?
Yeah, so someone was filming before it started, indicating that it was planned. Okay, so I want to explain this entire beating. So I guess Three Fingers Wack had a business deal for a low-budget TV show with these two guys, Travis Ford and Mozzie. And apparently Wack wanted to bring the 16 in on the deal because I think he wanted the 16 to help promote the show with his No Jumper platform. So he needed the 16. So they were going to have this meeting at the No Jumper building, just the four of them, Three Fingers Wack, Mozzie, Travis Ford, and the 16 of Nashua. It was supposed to be those four, but the meeting was canceled.
Mozzie canceled with Wack. Wack called me and told me not to show up.
And so what happened was this Jay Reed guy, the guy that got beat up at the No Jumper facility, he showed up to the meeting anyway. He says, I'm going anyways because he's got some business. He wants to do some business.
He tells him I'm going up there anyway, right?
And so what happened was Jay Reed annoyed some people by overstepping and trying to like slither into a business dealing that he wasn't invited to. And so he was annoying Three Fingers Wack and Travis Ford and everyone. He's being a pest. And this is why people are saying that this was a setup, that Wack Three Fingers knew that Jay Reed was coming. Travis Ford probably told Three Fingers Wack, like, hey, this guy's going anyways. This guy's out of control. And Wack was probably like, we gonna see about that. I got a loose cannon. We gonna do the whole thing. And Wack Three Fingers wanted to do some gangsta shit.
What?
But he's not a gangster, so he needed loose cannon. Does this make sense? I hope this is making sense. I want to actually go to a clip here before I get too
When I call him and say, yo, bro, what's up with this dude? You know what he tells me? He said, Wack, dude called me at 5:56 and said he on his way to No Jumper. And I said, why? Mozzie canceled with Wack. Wack called me and told me not to show up, right? I don't know this dude. All I know is Travis Ford and my owner, number 2. That's it. I don't know this dude, right?
So Wack Three Fingers says that he doesn't know Jay Reed. He's never heard of Jay Reed. He wasn't expecting Jay Reed to show up ever. But this is actually problematic because Wack Three Fingers actually did know Jay Reed. He knew exactly who he was. He's been in pictures with him. He's gone to dinner with him. He's been on the phone with him.
You in pictures with him, at dinner with him, and you on the phone call with him prior to No Jumper.
Man, I was just in Vegas with these dudes about 2 weeks ago. And, you can see the picture up on about that. So
20, see the date? There we go. See, that's everybody, right? Travis, Luz, Mozzie, Jay Reed in the back. I don't know this dude.
So Three Fingers Wack actually did know who Jay Reed was and likely knew he was coming to No Jumper that night because Travis Ford was notified by Jay Reed that he was going to No Jumper.
He said, Wack, dude called me at 5:56 and said he on his way to No Jumper.
And so it just doesn't make any sense to me that Travis Ford wouldn't then relay that message to Wack and say, hey, Jay Reed's on his way up there anyways. It doesn't make any sense. I believe that Travis Ford did in fact do that and that Wack knew that Jay Reed was coming. And it also kind of sounds like they were waiting around for him to show up.
He does what he always does. I got to get home before the baby goes to sleep. He come out here, laugh, joke, bullshit, shoot a game of pool, then we get on.
But either way, this is where the story stops making sense. Listen to this.
As soon as I saw them heads, I say, bro, whoever that is, get them out of here. When you leave, bro, I don't let nobody in this building. If you're here and it's cool, then it's cool. Donnie will tell you, as soon as they walked in, I didn't even get a chance to see. I said, yo, whoever that is, tell them wait outside, bro. I don't know if it's some loose people or what. So
when Three Fingers Wack is just systematically snitching on Loose Cannon, just blaming the whole thing on him, and he's like telling these lies like he didn't know who Jay Reed was, like he didn't have dinner with him the other day.
Just tell them wait outside, bro. I don't know if it's some loose people or what. So when you call and said there's 2 people in the back,
in the front, really,
or wherever they was at, you know my people. My people, when I get here, they're here. If you ain't here when I get here, I ain't with you. So I don't send my people out. I say, Loose, whoever out there, maybe they're your people, go check. So he goes out. They motion for me to come over there. Dude is saying some shit like, motherfuckers think they all that, whoop, but when it comes to this white boy, Culture Vulture, he gets just did all this crazy shit, right? I make a decision not to respond. You know why? I respond, Adam, who responds? You been around my team long enough to know they discipline. They ain't gonna do shit unless I do some shit. I'm not saying I ain't tell myself, I'm gonna fuck your ass up, just not right here. I ain't trying to hear what you're saying. Luce says, so you came up here for content. He says back to Luce, whatever, cuz how you want to put it, on gangster. Luce says, nigga, this on neighborhood, okay? In this jungle, Adam, anything gangster crip, anything neighborhood crip.
Wow, okay, so this Pyru is on this podcast narrating gang-related crime. I mean, this is insane. Why is he doing this? It's almost like he wants Loose Cannon to get investigated. Seriously, what is the point of discussing this on this show? If Wack Three Fingers is so hot under the collar from all the pressure from the interrogation of the 16, imagine what he would give to the cops. I think Wack Three Fingers is an informant at this point. And a point I wanted to make is that Loose Cannon already made a video snitching on himself for this exact thing, this exact beating, but he gave a different story that didn't involve any type of gangbanging. And so I'm thinking, like, is Wack just trying to add gangbang into the story because he knows the feds are watching? Could it be that Wack Three Fingers is trying to make this appear gang-related so that the feds investigate this as part of the RICO?
What?
I don't know. It makes sense if you think about it. And so I'd like to play you guys a clip of Loose Cannon's version of the event.
Wack was like, no, I don't know who they are. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, but let me go out and holler at him. So I walk out and he was like, man, I got a problem with Wack. I'm like, you got a problem with Wack about what? Yeah, I just got a problem with him. I'm like, you do? So I called Wack over there. Wack, come over here. Dude was like, man, you running this type of content and stuff like that. And Wack was like, what content? Wack pulled out his phone. Once Wack pulled out the phone, he was like, oh, this content? And then the dude was like, everything is not content. I said, you right. So y'all see the results. Smack. Let's get to it. How far do y'all expect me to go?
So Loose Cannon's version is that he knocked the guy out because he said he had a problem with Three Fingers Wack. That's very interesting. So Three Fingers Wack left that part out of his version. He didn't want the narrative to be that Loose Cannon was knocking people out on his behalf. So he changed the story and said that there was gangbanging involved, and that's what motivated Loose Cannon to knock the guy out. And so this had nothing to do with any gangbang. This was just Three Fingers Wack trying to remove himself from any responsibility.
And firing on Jay Reed has absolutely nothing to do with on gangsters, on neighborhoods.
That's what I think.
Has nothing to do with
So
that.
it sounds like Three Fingers Wack pretty much made this up, this gang enhancement situation, and just made it up. And so he's not only snitching, but he's lie snitching. That's one of the more pathetic forms of snitching. And it gets kind of crazier when Three Fingers Wack says that he basically stopped the situation from getting worse. Listen to this.
Y'all witness outside of no jumper. Did I do what I was supposed to do?
You didn't do anything.
No bullshit. Oh, y'all got amnesia? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow. So Wack Three Fingers wants credit for stopping the beating, for saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that. He only, so here's the deal. He only started saying, no, don't do that after the gun came out.
What?
You can clearly see in the video, Wack Three Fingers just standing there with his hands in his pockets watching the beating take place and didn't say anything until Slam got pulled out. And you're going to be able to tell when the tussle starts and when Three Fingers Wack says, no, don't do that. Listen to this. So that was about 11 seconds of violence, and Wack just stood around with his hands in his pockets watching it happen. So I really have a huge problem with Wack Three Fingers telling on Loose Cannon on podcasts and, like, you know, explaining all this gangster activity on, you know, it's really unacceptable. He should sit there and shut the fuck up, especially because he was involved. Probably he should shut the fuck up. But because of, and you know, this isn't the only thing that Loose Cannon is in jail for that Wack Three Fingers sort of lined up. The federales are actually using transcripts from a podcast that Wack Three Fingers brought Loose Cannon onto in order to get Loose Cannon to start, like, saying way too much about crimes. And this was how Loose Cannon got his start with his internet antics. This was his first, we hadn't seen, so this is the first time we have ever seen Loose Cannon was on this podcast.
I took Loose and set him on the side of me. When the light hit me, I made sure it hit him.
Yeah, I don't think I was that familiar with him before.
Yeah,
you
right,
brought
so-
him on the pod.
So Wack Three Fingers just brings on this nobody.
So basically, y'all, Wack is playing as a police officer, undercover. He probably had something to do with Big U, I feel like, too, because he was just a hater of Big U, too. I mean, not a hater, but it was like an enemy. Let's go.
He named Loose Cannon and starts getting him to tell on himself and others for the sake of getting Big U in trouble, because Loose Cannon ends up implicating Big U in Nipsey Hussle's murder. Okay, so this is really insane. Look at this.
But this crazy motherfucker calls me the other day. If I get some information or some content, I'm gonna fire your ass up.
Yeah,
I said, nephew, this content I can't present. You gotta present it because you ain't lied to me yet. He's behind a lot of shit that you've seen. You just didn't know it was him. We're gonna tell you off camera.
What kind of stuff?
Just some shit. He's behind a lot of shit. If you see it on YouTube, you just say no, it was him. So I know he ain't no bullshitter. Man, listen.
No, so
yeah, you gotta elaborate on this shit.
I got you, because at the end of the day, it's like dealing with, like, we about to go do something, hop out on something, and give you a gun that's empty.
Oh, he did that to you?
No, he didn't.
Oh, he did it to somebody else? Oh,
This nigga crazy. He really going.
honey, okay.
No.
Okay.
So did you let him just take the 50 from you? You really didn't get a cut, or you waited to the next thing and just took more?
Yeah.
No, he avoided me. And then, like, one
So
day,
you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was gonna make dude give him 20 for getting it back,
of course,
and kept you out of it.
of course, he did that to when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So
Oh, the club, when you split him in the club.
yeah,
And Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you out.
no, yeah, they said that because I
So
called
this
him.
really just sends a shiver down my spine watching Three Fingers Wack coaching Loose Cannon along, getting him to tell on him. I mean, this is great. So this isn't, how is this not third-party snitching?
The homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey, and so I'm like,
Wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answer the phone.
yeah, and
You
we were
like
just talking on regular. So
Regular.
it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
You don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. They be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like you
And
just
30
never know.
minutes after you get off the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So
all
you
on
think
the
he hit
video.
you a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early because the homie Shitty double back 3 times. You hear what I'm
So
saying?
that was nuts. Wack Three Fingers sounds exactly like a police officer, same speech patterns and everything. That's
Asking him
very,
questions.
very interesting. So Wack Three Fingers brings Loose Cannon on, gets him to make all these wild and crazy.
Wack looked like a police officer, don't he? I'm saying just face up. If you put a uniform on that boy looked just like an officer, like he could go for it, in my opinion.
crazy claims and a display of self-snitchery. Then Loose Cannon starts getting attention from other people like DJ Snackademics.
Interview talking about what I did to Meek Mills.
Wait, you did something to Meek Mill?
Oh, Lord.
And, you know, I do find it interesting that TJ Academics is interested in interviewing Loose Cannon when he had this to say about LA gang members.
All the LA gangsters, I don't know what's going on in LA. Maybe they don't sell enough drugs being in these gangs. They don't get money. They're broke, okay? I'm sorry to say, LA gang members are fucking broke. The only way they know how to get money is podcasting. Most of them are unintelligible, illiterate, don't know how to have coherent ideas, points, or even make sentences. And what they oftentimes realize the intrigue about them are, what usually is that? Is talk about crimes they've committed. So the whole LA podcast scene, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I think LA is a weird scene in general. Let me just be very clear.
No,
I really don't. I promise I don't know. They say y'all was trying to kidnap him. So explain that story. Wait, so how did you even come in contact with? And I think supposedly there was a big U portion of it.
Yeah. So basically, so we caught him at the club where he was performing at.
So DJ Academics falls directly under the definition of culture vulture. He's capitalizing off of gang culture in LA, something that he despises, but he's just using it to get money, okay? And I always find it funny when DJ Academics talks about himself like he's this brilliant guy, like he's insanely smart.
You're the only street nigga that can keep up with me on the mic. That's a fact. I would talk circles around anyone if we have to get to an intellectual conversation.
He ain't that smart. I listened to him talk. He sounds like a fucking idiot. Seriously.
For real. And I'm tired of people that think that they be on this bull crap and they thinking you could talk circle. Bro, you ain't talking about nothing with substance. So how can you even put yourself in a category of
What's up with
speaking?
again? Why does he say again like 5,000 fucking times? Listen to this.
And again, so again, we're police inside, like, again, I mean, again, so again, on YouTube, but again, I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah, like, again, I'm not, listen, again, if I'm exploiting,
Well, here goes
and again, I know, like, Kanye is really interesting. Again, it's so passionate for him, and again, so the optics on it, so I'm watching. Again, so you're trying to do it so with my daughter, but you would do one with me. Again, because
Shout
in
out
the
to
past,
Point and Shoot.
and again,
Man.
like, again, after seeing this indictment,
Act
again,
like he know how to.
again, don't you believe that again, not that the podcast was police, but even again. So again, you know, again.
Okay, so that was not very intellectual sounding at all, and I'm sorry if I can't respect anyone that says again this many fucking times.
What? Again, right? Because again, now again. So again, yo, like again, so again, which again, because again. So again, though. I really get niggas locked up, right? I'm really a rat.
So Wack3Fingers gets Loose Cannon to say all this stuff on No Jumper, and all of a sudden he's getting booked on Academics' little podcast. He's going on. He's got a whole media tour to talk about all this stuff, and it's all because of Wack3Fingers, right? Wack3Fingers himself takes credit for this. And so, knowing what Wack3Fingers likely knows about the feds and the police, why would he encourage Loose Cannon to do this? If Loose Cannon was really his partner, why wouldn't he say, "Don't do that"? Why is he saying go on PG Academics and tell him the story? Why are you doing that? Is it because it furthers your agenda and you don't give a fuck if Loose Cannon gets locked up?
What?
That's what it sounds like. I mean,
Definitely what it sounds like. So we all know Wack100 is just, you got too much information. Charleston White said something. He just dropped and said something about Wack100, and he said Wack100 has too much information not to be the police. So just for all the information you got, the way you answer questions, we can tell you know something. You align yourself with Vlad, No Jumper, you know. We can see the play. But let me know what y'all think about this, man. Is Wack the police in your opinion? I know I put Big U, Wack. My opinion, Big U, Wack, and Charleston White, they're all informants. They all work for the feds, in my opinion. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
You are totally dependent on other people to take care of your needs because you don't have those roots sunk into the ground. To have a community, you must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control 4 basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.